Hi, this is Jenny for Startup Success Stories. I have with me here today Mr. K. Abhinav Rao, who is the founder and CEO of ParentVerse, a digital parenting control app. Uh, Hi, Abhinav, how are you doing?
Hi Jenny, I'm doing fine. I'm wonderful. Thank you
Okay,
for inviting me here.
you're most welcome. I have a few questions here that I would ask you, and then you can quickly tell me what is the inspiration and stuff like that.
Yes.
Okay, so firstly, what personal experiences led you to start ParentVerse, and how did those moments shape your vision?
So the journey began for the parent was begun in 2023. We started the company in September 2023, but the inspiration of starting this app was way before that, few months before that, when me and my wife went to US and saw how my niece and nephew that are there. We were staying with my elder sister, and we saw how their lifestyle has changed and the way they respond to has changed because of the smart devices. Before that, we knew that the screens are affecting the parenting style or current parenting style, but we never saw it face to face, and how integral part of parenting the screens have become, and how they have affected the whole journey of parenting, and how it is creating waves in the already complicated parenting styles.
Okay, I've gone through your website and you describe information chaos in families.
Yes.
How did you uncover this problem, and why is it more than just screen time?
So it's more than just screen time, because when we came back to India, before even we I finalized that it's a good problem to solve. Me and my wife, when I say about we, so my better half, my wife Neenv Raju Akunuri, is the one of the we both started the company. Okay, so we both went to different schools, spoke with so many families. We had an event where we went and spoke to more than 1,000 plus, approximately 2,000 families, and realized that the problem that we are talking about is not just the problem of excessive use of screen time. It's not just sitting there and watching a Dharavahik or a television show. It's more to do with continuous bombardment of information that comes via social media nowadays. Nobody knows if the influencer or the one who is sharing the information is a genuine person or not. And when we realized and saw how, because of the COVID era, we saw that because of COVID, the penetration of devices went way deep into the families. Every individual child was practically having a screen like a laptop or something for their online classes. And because of the infrastructure development of India, internet penetration, and the influencer economy that we are talking about, this has become a very complicated thing. And combining all those data points, when we see the growth of internet, the usage of smartphones and all those things, the dump of information that the parent is getting and the kid is getting, they are not able to clarify and understand how to process, because in every single topic you have multiple information. So that dump of information, that chaotic information, is called, the term that we have faced is information chaos.
Okay, so you're saying you spoke to over 1,000 families, educators, and psychologists, is it? So, what surprising insights came out of those conversations?
So the biggest surprise that we found was when we were talking about families, about how we are trying to planning to build a product or a software which can help parents control the kids mobile devices and etc. Most of them were like they also need it. Most of them came, we don't know how long we are doing sitting on the laptop. And one of the more incredible insight that we found was, this is not just the problem for middle-aged people, it's also a problem for elderlies, because they don't have anything to do, they are continuously on mobile, and they don't understand how it is affecting them. So before we in 2023 there was no word called brain rot. That luckily in 2025 people have identified that excessive use of social media and all those things have affected has a mental effect on the mental mindset and the processing power of the mind, and they termed it as brain rot. Before that nobody knew, but we were able to check the symptoms when we went and spoke with so many parents, families, elderlies, because we set up a camp, or sorry, we set up a stall in a children's event where there were all age group of people, even kids were coming there with their grandpa, grandma. We spoke to them, families, mom and dad, cousins, sisters, and all those people.
So, parent was emphasizes trust over surveillance. How do you define humanized parenting, and why is it a game changer?
Good question. So we believe that parenting is a bond between. So we believe that it's definitely is a bond between a parent and a child, but we as a parent, we want to make sure that the trust that is there between the parent and the child is always maintained. Okay, so what happens is, if we break the trust, like usually we have seen, everybody might have seen, either they have gone through this in their daily life. If you are a child, you ask your parent, dad, we want something, though he will say he will promise you something, and if he doesn't fulfill that promise, the child is heartbroken, and the trust that they have on their parents will go down. And if nowadays, in this current environment where you are talking about privacy and where kids are so glued to their screens, and especially personalized customized phones, we want to make sure that that trust that is there between a parent and child is not broken. There are different tools that are available in the market that go into the domain of spyware, or different enforcement apps that you can force and use the device to be controlled. But is this the right way of parenting? That is the question that I had. And that question, and we wanted to make sure that it's not just about forcing kids to do what you want to do or the parent want to do. It's about and helping them understand the effects of the internet, helping them understand the usage of screens, and building them so that they can take the responsibilities that they need to take in future.
Uh, Great. So, what makes Parent was different from apps like Family Safe or Google Family Link, and how do you avoid being just another parental control app?
As I was saying earlier, ParentVerse is not just a parental control app. It's a gamified habit building model in it, where you can give tasks to your kids so that they can also have a entertaining day. So they also know what to do. It's a structure that is there. They are able to build good habits that you want them to build, and all those things are included in the ParentVerse. So you not only control the apps that they don't want to, you ask them not to go. You can control the blocking of the apps, the content that they are watching, but also build a good structure to kids so that they can be good habits and have a good lifestyle when they grow up. So if we talk about bigger companies like Google, every major company like Apple has its own screen time control systems, settings. Like Windows has its own screen time settings. Google has its own screen time control settings and content monitor settings. But the beauty of ParentVerse is it's a cross-platform, cross OSs and cross devices app. So with one ParentVerse, you can control the iPhone, you can control Android phone, you can control tablets, you can control, even in the future you can control TV, because we have done the proof of concept of controlling Android TVs also. So if you have one set of an app that you can control all devices, so it is easy for you to monitor the activities of a single child in multiple devices. You don't have to go and check out how much he has used in phone, how much he has used in TV, and all those things. So it becomes very easy to check out all the things that they are going through, and it is also easy for you to delegate your work to somebody like a nanny, or in Indian social setups, grandparents, because most of the grandparents doesn't know how to control the technology that is there nowadays, so it's easy for them also.
That's great. So uh, we found out that your core features are free in ParentVerse app.
Yes.
So why did you decide to make them free, and how does that align with your long-term strategy?
So the decision to make it free was actually driven by my wife, Neenv Akunuri. She was the one who is always like, this has become such a big problem in every parent's life. So I want to at least keep certain features that are core and critical to be freely available to all the parents that are there. The core and critical features that we are talking about is creating a timesheet, basic timesheet that you want the kids to do. Make sure you gamify it so that they can have fun and earn something, so you can create that kind of a short term gratification that we usually talk about. Okay. And most importantly, the tool to control and make sure the digital space that they are going into, the online space that are going into, the kids are going into, is safe. This is the philosophy and ideology with which we came into existence, and we wanted to keep that safe. Saying that, in the long term, we have a freemium model that we have planned, where more advanced tools, like AI driven models and all those things, and more expert driven content, like from a counselor or somebody, is already coming on board. And we, in the near future, in the most probably in the few months, we will be able to go and look at it and curate it also. And that thing, we want to make sure that we have some kind of a payment model for that, so that we can be able to sustain our infrastructure that needs to be used for.
Okay, so I think by the curated content that you're talking about, you mean the playbook.
Yes.
Okay. So can you explain the playbook feature and how it addresses challenges like cyberbullying, body confidence, and mental health?
So, playbook is a very good instrument that we want to bring up with. Basically, what we are trying to do is we are trying to affiliate with certified doctors or psychiatrists and all those people who have been there in this domain of child therapy, making sure that mental health and all those things, and making sure that whatever decision that we are taking or advising to the parent is not just some kind of a jugad. Okay. But something that they have gone through, they have learned, there is a scientific model behind it and all those things. So what we are trying to do is, we have realized and seen, you all the audience that are going and seeing this also know that just taking away the phone is not the solution for screen time. So there has been situations where this enforcing the taking away the phone or not giving any screen to the kids has affected them in a very minor level. They have shown tantrums, and in a very severe manner they have shown the symptoms of having self harm. So as a parent who wants to use ParentVerse, or as a parent who wants to make sure that the digital space is healthy for your kids, and they are mentally healthy also, we want to make sure that our uh, so the people who are affiliated with us, experts that are coming with us, can guide you to understand the problems or the situations that you are in, and help you out to come out of it in a very positive and structured way. So there is not a single tool that does that. It is always been like some person who is saying this is what you should do, some other person coming and saying this is what you should do, or you were some far away relative saying बच्चे ऐसे नहीं करते हैं, and all those things. But we want to make sure that de-addiction of screen time, or any other addictions that we are talking about, mental health issues like depression, anxiety, physical issues like obesity, eye issues, these all are the effects of screen time. And we want to, in the future, make sure that we have enough experts connected with us, partnering experts, not on board ParentVerse directly, but partnering experts who can help us out in these areas.
That seems lovely. So You've recently shifted from a B2C to an ecosystem approach involving schools, NGOs, and communities. What drove that pivot, and how does it expand your impact?
So as we were working for ParentVerse, and from last 1 year it has been there, and we believe that we have to introduce playbook also, because there was not a consistent data or curriculum for parents to understand what to do with with these things. We realized that it's not just about having some kind of videos that we can just send to the parents. It's these are all daily exercises that has to be done. Okay, so when you talk about exercises, the best way for you to go and interact with parents and teachers, and most importantly children, is via school. So we want to make sure that we build some kind of a curriculum where we can guide, similar to meditation or any other practices that is advised by the a doctor or a counselor, to infuse those exercises or models into directly in the curriculum of the school. Okay, so it may be similar to, it is something like this ki weekly 1 hour of meditation, or weekly 1 hour, something 1 hour, half an hour, whatever it is. So it depends upon school to school. It depends upon who is the expert that is advising them. It depends upon parents, and it also depends upon how severe the symptoms are for the child. So in all these parameters, when we combine, we come up with a solution, and we interact with the school and the parent to make sure that we give a right exercises and information to both the parent, teacher, and the child, to be have a happier, more healthier mental health and physical health.
So, if I understand it correctly, you are saying that by reaching to schools, NGOs, and community, you are expanding the base of people and families who could do these mindful practices, sort of a thing, for their better mental health and digital boundaries.
Yes.
And for and involving probably school seems like a better idea, because the teachers also, from what I understand from a previous discussion also, that there would be more accountability
Yes.
involved as
Yes.
well.
Yes.
That's great. Yeah, you've scaled thoughtfully while staying bootstrapped.
Hmm.
What lessons can entrepreneurs learn from your approach to funding and growth?
Okay, so now the decision we took for being a bootstrap was because we wanted to be more independent in our product maturing the product. Okay, so we wanted to make sure that what we want to do is done for earlier stages. It's not that being bootstrap is, it's not like we haven't raised any funds at all. We There are friends who has supported us, there are families who has, our parents who has supported us, but it was not a official VC kind of a model where we went and raised funds like millions of dollars or even crores of rupees or lakhs of rupees. This is all this project, when we started it, it was very personal project, like I already told you as earlier. It was something that we wanted to do. So the lessons that the entrepreneurs should learn from this is, if you have a good market fit and you think there is a critical problem that you want to solve, okay, then the most important thing nowadays for raising funds is traction. If you have good traction, go and show the numbers to any investor. Don't, then you will have no problem with that. We have a good traction right now. We want to, if we want to go and raise, there are some people who are interested in funding us. If we believe that that is the right call to scale it up, then we will do it. So raising the funds is for scaling up the business, not to experiment with the business, because if you experiment with the business a lot, your credibility will go not go very well with the investors.
Okay. Abhinav, I was reading your interview with us previously as I was prepping for this, and one thing that really stuck with me was you said that your competition isn't other apps, but there's the certain disconnect between parents and children.
Yes.
Okay. So, how does this mindset help you stay focused?
So initially, when I was going and talking to so many schools, basically, so there were these people who are like, such kind of problem doesn't exist, because Parents doesn't want to see doesn't so how do I put it? Let me put it like this. So there is a term that has come up nowadays, digital nanny. Okay, what does it do? Now in 2025, there are so many researchers and everything that people have come up and said that this is the problem that you're facing. You usually give your phone to a child because you need your own time. It's not the time, it's not for the child that you are giving the phone. It is because as a parent, as a father and mother, you need some kind of a time, or to make sure that the kid is quiet, or to make sure that you feed the kid, or to make sure that some kind of accountability come into the kid, because you want to do certain things it's easy for you. Okay, so it's because of the convenience that the parents are giving the phones and the screens to the kids nowadays. Earlier it was enforced on us at the time of COVID, because you need to go to school. There was no need for you to go to school, so you have to do online classes. But now it is because of convenience. So the disconnect, where the disconnect comes is, the parents, so many parents, especially in India, are not able to understand the problems that the kids are gonna have in long term because of this thing that is happening. Okay, so the parents is not ready to acknowledge that whatever they are doing to have that parenting style of them is causing a indirect harm or a direct harm to their kids. Okay, so I will give you an example. So there is this friend of ours who had this kid who was underweight at infancy. So then the kid was around 1 year of age or something like that. The doctor said ki this is not healthy because the growth is going down. So the only way for her to feed the child was to show her the screen and distract her and feed her. It worked earlier because she was able to help the child come to the normal age weight range. But after that, what happened is that now the child is not eating the food without seeing the screen. Okay, so they have to take a stand there and make sure that they stop that excessive use of screen time, and help not only build a good habits, like the good experience with the food for the infant, but also to make sure that they are not mentally behind other kids of the same age.
Great. So, can you share one transformation story that captures the essence of parent versus mission?
So this is it was very shocking to me. Okay, so one day when I was in my office, one of my friend who works in another state came to Hyderabad. Okay, so they came here. They were like, "Hi, how are you?" And we were having a normal discussion, and something that was going on. Okay, so in that discussion, when he invited me, I basically, he was with his family, and there was this teenage girl that he has. She's like 10 or 11 years of age. Okay, so that when we were having a discussion with her, or when we were talking about, he literally said that Abhinav, because of ParentVerse, because of the structure that we are having, her attention span has increased, her grades have increased, her behavior and how she communicates to the parents and friends have gone better. And it's not just him telling me that, the girl was there who was telling me that sitting there, she was so obsessed with watching the screens that she was having headaches. Okay, she was continuously going and having headaches, but she was not able to control herself because it has become some kind of a obsession of hers. So her parents has to come up and make sure that they show slowly but surely reduce the time, control the device, make sure she doesn't go into somewhere else. And she was able to physically, the physical symptoms were so severe that she was able to slowly, in a time of around 3 to 4 months, she was able to recover from being having continuous severe headaches, dry eyes, and all those things. And now she is doing a lot better, not only lot better physically, but better socially also. she has grown a lot after that. So that kinds of it's not just one story. There are so many other interactions that I have with teachers and teachers and parents who because of which we are able to understand that what work we are doing is so much it gives us such a great what we say uh, gratification to do it.
Where do you see ParentVerse in 5 years, and what advice would you give to entrepreneurs building socially impactful startups?
Where do we see in 5 years? I am luckily, if everything goes well, we may become a good funded big company which has great impact on how the parenting style has changed from a digital nanny towards more like a relationship or a more trustworthy relationship between a parent and a child. We don't want to be a device which comes in between a parent and child. We want to be a app, and we want to be a product that helps them build that relationship, helps them strengthen that relationship. So we want to be in future a company that is there to help parents in every minor problems that they face. It may be because of screen time. It may be because of not able to find solutions in the other things. So we want to focus on parenting. We want to always make sure that anything related to parenting can come into our domain. And in next 5 years we see that hopefully we may take this experience that we have in India to other countries. Hopefully we are strong enough to uh, help people to get out of the problems that they are facing there.
And what
And
advice would you give to entrepreneurs building socially impactful startups?
so socially impactful startups is tough to build because the problem with humans, because when you talk about social society, it's always driven by humans, is they take time to adapt. It's easy to build a tool that everybody wants to use, but even if it is a brilliant tool, it takes time for them to adapt. So when you talk about socially impactful solutions, it takes people time to learn, it takes people time to adapt, it takes people time to accept that there is a problem. So my advice to these entrepreneurs is be patient. Make sure that all it's in India we have such a good startup India models. There are so many government related subsidies and plans that are helping socially driven impactful entrepreneurship. So if you want to have some kind of a helping hand, go and check it out. Because when I started this company, I went through all the MSME related models. I went through all the policies and schemes and startup India things, all those things. But luckily we were not in a situation that we need to go and apply for that. But you have a good startup India models where DPIIT startup India certification and all those things. So basically consolidating, what I'm saying is, as a social entrepreneur, you should have good long term plan and patience to sustain the model that you are getting into. And if needed and you have financial trouble, you can also look into other aspects, not just investors, but also go and talk to incubators, talk to government related policies and all those things. So but it will take time. The impact will not be in a fraction of a second. It always takes time.
Thank you so much for answering our questions, Abhinav, and also thank you for having us here at your home. This is Jenny for Startup Success Stories. Have a nice day.
Thank you a lot.